What's up, people? I told you I was gonna make a video. I'm over here working. So yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. In the meantime, while I'm waiting on this, actually, this is what I'm doing right now. I'm holding the shovel up in the ground while everybody else is working. So I don't really do too much more video labor anymore. The bobcat behind me coming my way, but I want to show y'all right quick what's going on over here. We're building this. I got with this little outfit. And what we're doing is, hey, yeah, there's gonna be one more truck. I'm back. All right. So I thought I was gonna get yelled at, but yeah, that's what's going on, man. Let me show y'all right quick while I'm waiting on this driver. So I responded to this ad on Craigslist, and I told y'all I was gonna do flatbed for a little bit. So in the meantime, while I'm waiting on this I already got approved for this flatbed job, but when I go take the physical with these guys, I want to make sure that my blood pressure is down where it needs to be at. Guy like my size, my blood pressure goes up and down. Might be moderate one day, might be high the next day. So this right here, the old church. This is an old retirement home. Right here. What the fuck is this? Old retirement home right here. Behind me, there's the backside. And this community, this retirement community they bought this retirement home. They're gonna turn it into a church. So the front doesn't have too much parking, which I'm fixing to walk up there to the front here in a little bit. Doesn't have too much parking. So all this broken terrain that you see right here, busted up terrain, all this dirt right here, all that from right here, where that truck is at, all the way back there where that hump is at back there, all that's going to be parking space. So all that right there was trees. Like all these trees that are back here, that's what all this was. It was all trees. So yeah, they're gonna turn all this into parking space. So I'm working with the asphalt paving company for right now. I told the guy that I was only need to work for about 2-3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks. He's like, all right, I'll pay you cash. Getting paid $200 a day. Basically, all I'm doing is holding the shovel. Every once in a while, pick something up with it, pick some dirt, move some dirt around, some rocks and stuff like that. But nah, I got my CDO for a reason. That's to work smarter, not harder. So yeah, this is what I used to do. Not this per se, but this type of work, construction, back breaking. I'm a carpenter by trade. I got about 25 years experience doing remodeling. So all this kind of stuff's not nothing new to me. I never done no asphalt work before, but as far as the work and sweat and tight back and stuff like that, that shit ain't nothing new to me. So I ain't afraid of work. I just don't want to work no more. I don't want to work hard no more. I already put in my time. I've been working since I was 11 years old. I started off in a cotton field, hoeing cotton. With a what they call it in English, a cotton hoe, a hoe, a grubbing hoe. That's what you walk a mile and a half down one row of cotton. Takes an hour to walk down that mile. Another hour to walk back to the truck where the water tank was at, where the fresh water, drinking water was at. So you go 2 hours without drinking water, unless you carry a canteen. But shit, man, while you're working and walking, man, you want to carry the least amount of things that you need to. You're not walking on pavement or smooth ground. It's terrain. You're walking on fucking soft dirt. So that shit's tough, you know. So right now, I'm just gonna walk up here to the front, show y'all what I'm gonna be driving. Show y'all what's going on over here. So where this hill's at, this right here used to be that height. Used to be that height all the way down to that curb right there. So from this curb right here, it went up. It had a gradual slope. So you can see right here. Get over here and show y'all better over here. So the slope like that. See? That's all. That's all that stuff was over there. Show y'all over here what's going on. So yeah, they brought that. They took that slope out, and this truck behind me. See, I was supposed to be driving, but fuck, I don't know. I guess they don't want to let the new guy drive. So I'm cool with holding the shovel and watching. So the guy in the Bobcat, he's loading up that dump truck. Dump truck's gonna go down the road, drop that load off. See, he got all this dirt right here needs to go. That dirt needs to go. The guy in the dump trucks go down the road, drop the load off, come back. That's what they're gonna be doing until all this dirt is gone. That's what he'll be doing. Shit, I wouldn't mind doing that, man. Before that'd be too monotonous. That'd be too monotonous and repetitive for me. Too boring. I used to be that type of person where I'm still that type of person where I gotta be doing something, you know? But shit, man. $200 a day, shit, I'll hold a shovel all day. I just keep this shovel in my hand because boss man might roll up. Boss man might roll up and kind of want to look busy. Not to say that I need this job because I got money saved up, but I'm the type of person I can't be at the house, you know, just sitting around. I got to do something. He's almost loaded. He's almost full, kind of. See how much dirt he got sitting there. Give me that Bobcat job. I'll move that tractor. See the problem with that operator right there? Yeah. I guess you don't know where the fucking throttle's at. This is what I got going on for the time being. For the time being, this is what I got going on. We got a load of gravel that came in. Let me leave this up back over here. It's back over here. Put the shovel back over here. I don't feel like walking with it that far. We got a load of gravel that came in. We got another load coming in also. Got another load of gravel coming in. Supervisor told me once this truck gets here, not to let him unload. They're gonna unload him at a different spot. There's what they just unloaded right here. Asphalt. Chip coating. This chip. I think it's called chip. Called chip something. And that's what we'll be doing. What I showed y'all over there back there. Once we're done with it, it'll be asphalt. That's what I'll be driving. I asked one of the guys, the supervisor, I guess, what I'll be if I get to drive, because that's what I signed up for, man. To drive. I don't fucking hold a shovel no more. I leave that for somebody. Like I said, I already did my time on all that shit, man. I was back when I was younger. That's what I'll be driving right here. This is what is this? Freightliner. 10-speed Freightliner. Western Chip Seal. Let's check this out. Check this out. See what all this is about. I'll put y'all down so I can get up here. Here's why I took this job. Because, like I said, the last company I was with when I was hauling sand was the truck that I was in was it was an automatic truck. I tested out in a manual transmission truck when I got my CDL. And the majority of these oil field companies, sand hauling companies, their trucks are 10. Some of them, there's a lot of 10 speeds, a lot of 13 speeds, and some 18 speeds out there. So, in my mind, I feel that I'm limited to what I'm able to operate, even though I know how to shift and float gears. It's been a while since I've done it before. I mean, it's been a while since I've done it already. So in my mind, I feel that the little bit that I learned when I was getting good at it, when I was floating gears, the little bit that I learned when I was getting good at it, kind of dissipated. Well, I know it dissipated. So that's why I took this job, so I can get back into the rhythm of floating gears again. So that way, whenever I know that I'm confident that I know how to float gears, upshift, downshift, do whatever I need to do to move this truck the way it's meant to be moved. When I feel confident that I'm up to par on those skills, then I'll go apply for a sand hauling job. I've already gotten many calls. I've already spoke with many many owner operators that are leased on to companies, But like I said, in my mind, I don't want them to expect. I want to go in there with confidence and know, and I want to make sure of myself that I can move that truck like they would there, like the way it needs to be moved and like the way they expect it to be moved. Because you're gonna be put on the spot. Any oil field company, any driving job you go to, you're gonna take a driving test. So if I sat behind a steering wheel that was that had an automatic transmission to go along with it, that's what I'm used to. And it's been a while since I've been in a manual transmission vehicle truck. So the guy's gonna be sitting over there, and I'm gonna be right here where I'm sitting at, grinding the fuck out of these gears. I'll move the truck, but yeah, how many times am I gonna grind and stall out and all that before I get back to the yard? and for him just to say, "Oh, you know what, man, you need somebody with a little bit more shifting experience." So, that being said, that's why I got this little gig so I can get my shifting experience up to par. As far as a job, shit, man, this type of work is for the birds. It ain't for me no more. I manual work is some I don't know, man. It takes a certain person. Not everybody knows. Not everybody can do manual work. I can. I can do manual work, manual labor. That's what I know. You know, I know all kinds of stuff. When I was growing up, when I was growing up, I lived in the house that I grew up in was a little bitty house. It had a one one room, little bitty kitchen, one bedroom, small living room, small kitchen. Didn't have a sink. Didn't even have a sink. Didn't even have a restroom. To tell you the truth, didn't. The house that I grew up in did not have a restroom at first. This was back in the. I grew up poor. I grew up real poor. I grew up in a place, San Angelo, Texas, the town that I grew up in. The town that I grew up in. You know, a lot of towns have numbered streets, and they have lettered streets, like numbered streets, first through 21st, 30th, 52nd, whatever, however many streets they got numbered. And then they have the alphabet streets, Avenue A, Avenue B, Avenue C, so on, etc. I live on West Avenue Z. My address was 709 West Avenue Z. And in my town, the higher up, the further down the alphabet you got, the poorer it was. So all the nice houses were on Avenue A, B, C. All the mediocre middle class houses were on, uh, G, H, and all that. All the poor, low, very poor houses were towards the end of the alphabet. W, X, Y. Mine was the last street. So my neighborhood, man, I, it was dark. My neighborhood was dark. They didn't have no. For the longest time, they didn't. My neighborhood was known as the dark side because for the longest time they didn't have no lights. I'm 42 years old. I'll be 42 this year on Halloween. Just so y'all know, get me something, buy me a gift. But anyways, up until I was like 9 years old, that's when they started putting stoplights in. They didn't even have paved roads, man. 75, I think 75 by 75, I think they still had dirt roads. But you drive up and down the dirt road. No, man, it was. I know 75. I remember when they were still dirt roads, but the dirt was so hard from driving up and down it every day, day in day out. It was like solid. So yeah, my dad he bought this little bitty house before I was born, and started one project at a time. He started one project at a time. The first thing that they did to that house was he didn't live in the house. He had a little travel trailer
on the property. We stayed in the travel trailer. I remember that travel trailer. I remember living in that travel trailer. We lived in that travel trailer while he worked on the house. Even before I was born, while I was in my mom's womb, they were working. They were living in that travel trailer on that property, working on that house. My mom told me that she'd help hang sheetrock and do the mud work and stuff like that. But I remember parts of that living in that trailer. But I'll tell you a little bit more about my life here in a little bit after a while. I need to get off right now. I need a little bit of sleep.